All right, even though the Maschine 3.0 software update did not meet a lot of expectations, and I can say there were a lot of mixed reviews on it, I still got hope. Old Bolo still has hope, but my hope is more in this right here, the Maschine Plus, because it doesn't have the 3.0 update in it yet, but if they do it right, this could be something good. Bolo! All right, real quick before we get started, it's that time of year, and I know some of you guys are going to need some equipment. If you guys need some equipment, go ahead and click my link in the description and head over to zounds.com. They have a whole bunch of stuff on the site that does not require a credit or background check, meaning you can order it, they'll ship it to you, and you just pay it off in monthly installments. All you need is a credit or debit card hooked to the account. Now, it's not everything on the site, but it is a whole bunch of stuff on the site that you guys can get right now today. Just click my link in the description and head over to zounds.com and get you some gear today. Oh, no, 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 no. We are not going to forget about this, because even though this thing is a little dated, there's still a lot of hope for this if they add some of the features that we asked for. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on this video because I just really want to have a conversation with you guys about the Maschine Plus and even about the, I guess you can call it, lackluster Maschine 3.0 software update. Now, it did come with a few things that we wanted, but it didn't come with the stuff that a lot of people were asking about. And like I said before, I'm not like a software developer or nothing like that. I don't know how to code, even though I did, take computer science when I first got into college years ago, and I got out of that. But at the end of the day, I don't know how to do that now. And I don't know how long that stuff takes. I don't know how big the team is over there. I don't know. All I know is I just report on the news that is given to me. And the 3.0 software update was lacking. We can all say that it was lacking a few things. A lot of you guys were looking for automation, MP3 export. It was a lot of small things that you guys were asking for, and we didn't get it. Now, there was another thing that I was, hoping that they would do, is I was hoping that we would be able to warp our samples after chopping our samples. And I thought that would have been dope. If we could chop the samples first and then warp it after that, I thought that would have been dope. But they did give us the stem separation. Now, we have more sounds, and we have some new things inside the piano roller where we can now split the notes and join the notes and stuff like that, which is cool. But, just being honest, what else could you really ask for in a program? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not too much to ask for because it is what it is. It's the Maschine software. It's what it is. Now, with the MP3 situation, I can kind of understand that, because now, even though we can import MP3s and FLAC files and OGG files, it's cool. And MP4 files, that's cool. But we can't export. And we all know that if we're sending out an email or something like that, most of the time, especially for all of us Gmail users, we like to send out MP3 files or MP4 files so that when the person opens it up on their end, on their Gmail, they can just play the file right there in the email, rather than you having to download it and then having to open it up and play it like that. So that would have been something very cool that they could add in there. Hopefully they can add it in there on some future updates. Don't know. But in all, it's a lot of stuff in the program that has been there for a very long time that even other companies are really kind of catching up to, in a sense. Now, I do want to say this before I talk about the Maschine Plus. This is not a Ableton situation, okay? Ableton came out with a device, the push and everything, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I wasn't really a fan of it. It's cool, but I'm not a fan of it, especially the standalone push. Now, the regular push that works with the actual software, that's cool. Works, it does everything it's supposed to do. But the standalone version of it, I thought that could have been better. And I've said it from when it came out to even now that it was not going to do as good as what people were trying to tell me it was going to do. It wasn't going to do that good. Now, with the Maschine, their stuff is going to stick around for a while because you have some dedicated Maschine users. And then with the stuff that's already in the Maschine, it's already good. We already had linear editing already. The sampler is really decent. It's a few changes they can do in that. The overall workflow with the Maschine and the Maschine Plus is great. When you hook it up together, it works seamlessly with that. With the new keyboards, you plug it in there, they work great. So when you're plugging in hardware to software and MIDI controllers and stuff like that to the software, everything works great. No crashes, no nothing. When you want to search for sounds, you can get certain sounds. I did want to have a change to like the previews of the sounds. Like I understand that you can go through and preview the certain sounds, but I want to be able to select the sound and then be able to play it on my keyboard in whatever key I want to play it in to kind of audition it that way, rather than I'm scrolling through the sound and it plays a certain sound in a set key to where you can't change that key or preview it with the track that you're making. Because if I'm making a track in like E flat major and the preview is in C, it's kind of a conflict. I know how to work around that right now, but that would be a lot better if I could preview the sounds like that. But that's something that they could possibly fix in the next update if they can get to that, which I hope that they can, because that's something that would be really dope. It's just a lot of small fixes inside of the 3.0 software that needs to be done. Now, this right here, the Maschine Plus. I've said it plenty of times. The Maschine Plus was really essentially ahead of its time, and there's so many good features in the Maschine Plus that makes this so dope even to this day, even though we're close to 5 years of this thing, being out. The one thing that I said about the Maschine Plus is MP3 export. We definitely need it. We need MP3 export for the Maschine Plus. And like I said before, we need to be able to import third-party contact sounds in the Maschine Plus. Now, one of the viewers, I forgot who you are, you did mention that there's a workaround. You can use Contact 5 sounds and import them into the Maschine Plus. I haven't tried it yet, but one of you guys was saying that you can open up Contact 5, make banks in Contact 5, user banks, and then import them into the Maschine Plus. I haven't tried it yet, but I will try it at some point to see if that actually works. But I'm just putting it out there because that's what I heard, and that's what y'all reported to me in the comments section, because I read all the comments and I try to like and I try to respond back. That's actually me in the comments section responding back all the time, okay? So Contact 5, the old Contact 5, you can go in there, make some banks, and you can import them into the new Contact inside of the Maschine Plus. Don't know if it works yet, but we can find out. But other than that, there's a few things that I said that maybe could be changed a little different, like being able to use external MIDI instruments. That could be a little bit easier. If we could, change that up to where we can make that a little bit easier. And then basically all of the same things that we're talking about inside of the Maschine 3.0 update that we thought was going to happen, try to make it to where it can work in here. I got hope in this thing because this is a very dope machine right here. Like, there's no other place where you could just put your samples in here, press one key, boom, you can play it across all the keys on the keyboard. Working with one-shots in the Maschine Plus is incredible. Building your beats inside the Maschine Plus is incredible. Had a linear editor in this thing since the beginning of it. Has a really good, decent sound. Doesn't have like an MPC sound, but it has a machine sound and it sounds good. Now, one thing for both of these, they need some more dedicated effects in here, okay? Now, one thing I will say is like just the basic stuff, with the limiters, maximizers, delays, reverb, stuff like that. I think it needs some different GUIs in here. And I think that would really bring this out with the Maschine Plus if they can do that. Another thing is have metering especially like on mastering and stuff like that, maybe RMS metering, LUFS metering, stuff like that, so we can actually really meter how our stuff is coming out. We can visually see it, and then know, okay, this is where we're pretty much hitting at, okay? That would be very dope as well. Pretty much other than that, this thing is dope. It's dope. Now, it's missing a few things in the back. You know, it could have some more inputs and outputs and stuff like that. But right now, this machine is still capable of doing a lot of things, and I still have hope in it. And another reason why I still have hope in it is because if they can make this dope, what it does is it forces the competition to be better as well. And the good thing about anything in business is if the competition is strong, the products are going to be strong as well. If you have a monopoly in a certain situation, then what happens is that big monopoly just throws out whatever because it doesn't have any competition. So it's just like Home Depot and Lowe's. Lowe's needs Home Depot and Home Depot needs Lowe's. Okay? And both of them need Ace Hardware. And then Ace Hardware needs Harbor Freight. You know what I'm saying? Even though Harbor Freight does have the cheaper tools. I ain't gonna lie about that. But they all need each other because with that type of competition, you have to level up what you have. You know, prices won't be as much. Certain features will be better. You have to have that type of competition. And I believe that Native Instruments can be that good competition. And I think if they really go in and just fix some of the few things that we asked for in the Maschine Plus, I think it'll be great. MP3 export, import and export. File folders. We need more containing endless file folders. So we want to put hi-hat, if we want to do like a regular drum folder, a hi-hat folder, and then maybe you say open hat folder, closed hat folder, different type. We need to have more containing folders that way we can just keep opening up our folders in here. Sampling. We should be able to sample, chop up our samples, and then warp our samples after chopping it up. That'll be dope. Stem separation inside the Maschine Plus. That'll be dope. Some more tools and stuff like that to where we can edit in a more linear fashion on here, or we can make faster edits on the Maschine Plus since it does not have a touch screen. And then I think, you know, just having a few more, you know, basic tweaks to maybe metering and stuff like that on our effects, that'll be great as well. Oh, hold on. And I forgot. Automation too. You guys were asking about that. Now, it's not much they have to do in here, but I definitely think it can be done. And it can be done sooner than later. And I think that was the biggest thing with a lot of people is we waited and waited and waited for this 3.0. And then it's like, so this is all we get after we waited? Like that was the real thing. Like it was just the wait time of the situation. You know, it's kind of like the fair, like you're waiting to get on a particular ride or something like that, and you don't really know what to expect, and then you get on the ride and it's like, that was it? So I think that's why a lot of people was upset about the 3.0 software update, because we waited for so long and we was expecting something and we didn't really get what we were expecting. Even though they did update some things, we didn't get what we expected. So yeah, I still got hope, y'all. Still got hope in the Maschine Plus, okay? The damage has already been done already for the Maschine 3.0 software, but if they do right by the Maschine Plus, things can get a little interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.